Welcome, namaste. Thank you for being here with me today. So let's go ahead and start in a nice, comfortable seat. Sit tall. You can always sit on your block if you need to, but make sure your sits bones are grounded. And then make sure the back of your neck is long. So drop your chin slightly towards your chest. Allow the crown of your head to reach up towards the sky. Close your eyes for a moment. And just kind of begin to feel and sense your breath, feel and sense your body. Notice the tensions, notice the areas of that are not tense or contracted. And then as you settle in, just kind of begin to make your exhales a little bit longer than the inhales. So you may be able to put a count to the number of your, the length of your breath. Maybe you're inhaling for 4 counts. See if you can make the exhales for 5 or 6 counts. The longer exhalations allow you to relax a little bit more, soften the tension. The longer inhalations energize you. So depending on what your goal is and what you like to accomplish at the moment, you can change your the way your body is reacting just by changing your breath. And then as you blink your eyes open, please take one of your blocks, put it on the left side of your body, reach your right arm all the way up, inhale, and then exhale, fold towards the left. As you pause here for a moment, notice that right hip wants to come up. Let the right hip melt down. So plant the right hip down and then take your right hand behind your head as you kind of lift your elbow up towards the sky. So you really want to feel that nice stretch all the way from the armpit down to the right hip. And then sit tall, keep the hand exactly where it is. Inhale, reach the elbow back behind you. As you exhale, now you're going to bring the elbow towards your left knee. And again, inhale, reach, sit up as you turn and twist your torso to the right. Exhale and bring the elbow down. Your elbow doesn't necessarily have to touch the knee. You're just kind of twisting your torso, your thoracic spine down towards the knee. Inhale, open, exhale, and lower down. So you're coming down in a diagonal. Inhale, reach back, and exhale, bring the elbow down. And then come back to the center, take your block, put it to the right side. Your right hand is going to rest on top of the block. Reach the left arm up, inhale here, and then as you exhale, fold towards the right. You can put your left hand behind your head and then gently guide the chest open. So notice that left hip wants to come up. Don't let the left hip come up. You want to plant the left hip down and then just allow a nice opening in that left side. If you've been sitting all morning, this is going to feel really good to stretch out the sides. And then press yourself up. Inhale, keep the hand exactly where it is, but just turn your torso towards the left. And then exhale, bring the elbow down towards your right knee. And inhale, lift the chest up, turn the torso away from the knee. Exhale, bring the torso down towards the right knee. And last one, inhaling, lift and twist, and exhale. Let's just do one more together. Inhale towards the left, and exhale, bring the elbow down, and then come all the way up to a comfortable seat. Take the arms out to the side, palms are open. Reach the arms all the way up. And then as you turn the palms down, so make the movement happen in the shoulders, bring the hands behind you, interlace the fingers, reach the knuckles towards your tailbone as you lift the chest up. And then take the knuckles to the left side of your hip, and you're just going to drop the left ear down towards the left shoulder. So you're getting a great stretch in the right side of your neck. And inhale, lift the head up. Lower the palms down or lower the knuckles down. Reach down towards your tailbone first. Let the chest lift. And then bring the knuckles to the right side of your hip as you drop the right ear down towards the your right shoulder. Stretch out the scalene muscles in the back of the neck. Beautiful. And then slowly come on all the way up. Reach the arms out again. Palms are open. Take your arms and cross the right elbow on top of the left. And then open the arms out again and bring the arms in and cross the left elbow on top of the right. And again, reach back behind you. Stretch out the front side of your chest and then cross. So you're stretching out the back side of your upper back. Inhale, reach across and cross the left elbow in front. And last one, inhale, stretch the chest and exhale, right elbow on top. And then inhale, stretch the chest once again and exhale, left elbow on top. And then release the hands behind you. Now, if you have blocks, go ahead and put the blocks behind you. I would prefer to keep the blocks down to the lowest height. And then you're going to reach the hands behind you. Put your hands on top of the blocks. Take a nice deep breath and lift the chest up. So we're not going to go anywhere from here. I just want you to see if you can really feel that expansion in the front of your chest. So you really cross your chest all the way from shoulder to shoulder. A lot of times if we're sitting on our laptops or computers or smartphones for a long period of time, these muscles, the pectoralis muscles, get tight and short. So we feel like the back is getting more rounded. So we're really countering that. So lift the chest up. Let the chest open up. Keep the chin towards your chest so you're not cranking the back of your neck. Take a nice deep breath here. And then as you're ready, bring the soles of your feet together, please. And make this into a diamond shape instead of a tight triangle. So we don't want to necessarily do a butterfly. The heels are a little bit farther away from the groin. Take a nice deep breath here. Now, if you have a block and you want to use your block, you can take the block with you, put it on the inner edges of your feet. Inhale, lift the chest and exhale. Now you can bow forward. And if you want to, you can round the back and maybe bring the forehead down on your block. And then just stay here for a moment. Take a nice deep breath here. Let your back elongate. You want to keep the hips down on the floor so that the tailbone is reaching back and up. It's not necessarily tucked under. And then go ahead and lift the chest all the way back up, please. Put the block to the side for now. And we're going to slowly begin to move. So it was a cold morning here. I have my socks. I'm going to take the socks off, put it to the side for now. And we're going to come up to a comfortable seat once again, just like we did at the beginning of the class. Cross your right ankle in front of the left. Take a nice deep breath here. And as you exhale, begin to fold forward. Maybe your elbows come down on the floor. Maybe if the floor is too far, you can take your block and put your elbows on top of the block. But make sure here you're not rounding the back. So you're allowing your heart to shine through the collarbones. Your elbows are pressing down either on the floor or on your block, and you're lengthening your spine back behind you. Nice deep inhale and exhales. You might be feeling this in your hips. And then go ahead and come all the way back. Now uncross your ankles and cross the other ankle in front. Same thing on this side. So lift the chest, inhale. And then exhale, just begin to come forward, but without rounding the back. So keep lengthening your spine. Your elbow can come down and either rest on your block or on the floor. Drop the chin towards your chest so you get an elongation on the back of the neck as well. And nice deep breath here and exhale it out. And then as you're ready, press yourself all the way back and up again. And we're gonna put the blocks to the side and come to tabletop pose. So come on hands and knees and make sure the joints are stacked as always. So wrists are directly underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. As you inhale, lift the heart up, send the tailbone up into your cow pose. Exhale and begin to pull the belly around the back. Drop the chin, tuck the tail. I want to stay here for just a moment as you really broaden you through the upper back. So you're stretching out the rhomboids muscle in between the shoulder blades. And again, inhale, come into your cow pose, lift the heart up, send the tail back. Exhale, pull the belly around the back. And last one, please. Inhale, lift the heart up, send the tailbone back and up. Exhale, initiate the movement from the belly. So you start in the belly and eventually work your way all the way up to the upper back. Drop the head. And then this time, as you bring your spine to neutral, reach the left leg all the way back and up. Inhale. Exhale, take the left knee behind the right knee and then lean back just a little bit so you get a nice stretch in that hip. Inhale, send the left leg all the way back and up again. Exhale, this time bring the left knee towards your left elbow or shoulder, and then see if you can step the left foot to the outside of the hand. And again, send that left leg back. Take the left knee back behind the right knee, cross it back, lean back, and come back up to the center. Extend the left leg back. Inhale. As you exhale, step the left foot to the outside of the left hand. And let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, reach the left toes back. Cross the left knee behind the right knee. Stretch it back. Come back to the center. Extend the left leg back. And then step the left foot to the outside of the left hand. And last one, inhale, just move with your breath. Send that left leg back. Exhale, left knee behind the right knee. Lean back. Inhale, extend the left leg back. Exhale, step the left foot up. And then pause here for a moment. If you have your blocks, grab your blocks, drop your elbows down onto your blocks. Drop the head down. You're getting a great stretch here in your, not only in your inner thigh, but also you might feel something in your low back. So breathe into whatever tension you're feeling. You might also be feeling a stretch in that left hip. And let the head drop for just a moment. Inhale. Deep, deep stretch. Sometimes it's lovely to be able to do long held stretches, and sometimes it's nice to just move through them, let the movements do the stretching for you. So we're doing a combination of those two today. We're going to do what's called a yin-yang yoga. So we're moving for a little bit, and then we come into stillness. Send the right leg back and up, and then take that right knee behind the left knee and lean back. Inhale, extend the right leg back and up. Exhale, bring that right knee towards the right shoulder or right elbow and step the right foot up. Inhale, right leg reaches back. Exhale, right knee behind the left knee, stretch it back. Inhale, back to the center, reach the toes back. Exhale, step it up. 2 more times. Inhale, right leg reaches back. Exhale, right knee behind the left knee. Cross it over as you lean back. And then bring it all the way back to the center. Reach the toes back. Make that leg really long. And exhale, step the right foot up. 1 more time, and then we're going to hold. Inhale, reach the right leg back. Exhale, right knee behind the left knee. Lean back. Inhale into the center. Reach your toes back. And exhale, step the right foot up. So here we're going to pause, hold it here. If you like to, you can bring that block with you again, drop your elbows down, and then just breathe into whatever tension you're feeling. It might be your left inner thigh, it might be your right hip, might be your low back. It just Notice where you're feeling it. Might be all three or two. Nice deep breaths in. Let the head drop. Exhale it out. And then nice and slowly come back up. So put the block to the side, step that right knee back, and then cross your ankles and sit in between your heels as you extend the left legs forward. So have the legs be hip width apart or feet be hip width apart as you're sitting tall. Flex the feet, and then as you inhale, lift the arms up. So you really want to keep the legs nice and strong here. Press the heels down, press the back of the legs down, your hamstrings, your calves. Legs are really strong as if you are standing on your feet. And then when you're ready, all you're going to do is just begin to reach your chest forward. So not the arms, but the chest. Your arms are still reaching up towards the top of the opposite wall. Inhale, come back to the center. Exhale, begin to lower the torso down. Keep the legs really strong and powerful. And if you notice, you can't go that far, and that's okay. That is not, our intention is not to touch our knee, our nose to the knee. We want to just keep lengthening our tail back. Inhale, lift. Exhale and lower. And inhale, lift. And exhale and pause here. Lower the hands down. And then this is where it's going to be really useful for blocks. So take the blocks, put it next to you. The legs are strong again. Hands on top of the blocks, chest is lifted, back is straight. And then without leaning back, it's a lot easier to lean back. So try and keep the chest up and see if you can pick up that right foot off the ground, just an inch. It doesn't have to come up that high. Hold it here and then lower it down. And then pick up the left heel off the ground. So again, sit tall, no leaning back. If you lean back, you can lift the leg up a lot. But we don't want to do that. We want to just pick up the left heel just an inch, maybe even just a millimeter. And then sit tall again, lift the right leg up, lower down. You might begin to notice that right away in the quadriceps, really strong practice here. Lift up, inhale, right leg up. It's almost like you're walking except that you're seated on your sits bones. Right leg up, left leg up, alternate side to side without leaning back. Last one. Good. And then reach up again, inhale, and exhale. Keep the legs strong once again, and then lean forward. Now here, as you lean forward, if you're using a block, go ahead and bend both knees, slide the blocks under your knees. Now you can lean forward all the way. And we're going to hold this one for a while. So let the head drop between your legs. If you have another block, you can put it right in front of you so you can rest your forehead on top of the block. Or the way I'm doing it is I'm crossing my arms, holding on to opposite elbows, and I'm resting my forehead on top of my hands. And then you want to stay here. So we're holding this yin pose for a couple minutes. And then yin poses, you'll notice the longer you stay, the deeper you start feeling the stretch. It's almost like the minute we get into a pose, the muscles begin to resist it. And then the longer we stay, there's a sense of the connective tissues releasing, so that the muscles actually stretch out a little bit more. So here, let the belly be soft. I am rounding my back in this pose, and I want to be able to rest my belly on top of my thighs. So if you feel like your thighs are still too far, you can certainly change the height of the block so that you can actually bring your belly onto the thighs. And then you rest. We have another 30 seconds or so, so close your eyes here for a moment. Inhale and exhale. And then gently begin to lift the chest up, nice and slowly. Put the blocks to the side and come all the way down on your back. So lie down on your back, putting your feet flat on your mat. Bring your heels a little bit closer to your buttocks so that you can almost graze your heels with your fingertips. Turn the palms down, and as you press through the bottom of both feet, lift the hips up. As you lift the hips up, reach the right arm above your head. This is your inhale movement. And then as you exhale, you're going to lower the hips down as you lower the right arm down. Now, press to the bottom of both feet to lift the hips up. Reach the left arm overhead. Lift the hips up as much as you like to. And then exhale, lower the hips down, lower the arm down. So try and synchronize these two movements where when the right arm reaches up, your hips are lifted at the top of your inhalation, and at the bottom of your exhalation, when you lower the hips down, your hand touches the floor next to you. Inhale, press to lift. Exhale and lower down. We call these dynamic bridges, and I like the arm movements. You don't have to do the arm movements, but I like it as a way of synchronizing the breath with the movement. Inhale, lift the hips up, reach the arm overhead. Exhale, and nice and slowly lower down. You notice that you have to slow the hips down a little bit more, so the hips come down at a much slower pace than the arm comes down. Inhale, lift the hips up. Left arm reaches up. Exhale and lower everything down. Let's do one more round. Inhaling the hips up. Right arm reaches up. Exhale and down. And last one, last side. Inhale, lift the hips up. Left arm reaches up. Exhale and lower down. And then this time use the block. So press through the bottom of both feet. Slide the block under your sacrum. So sacrum is that triangular shape structure between your iliac, which is your upper back hips. You don't want the block to be under your kidneys. Make sure the block is not in your kidneys, that it's much lower where your hips can rest comfortably and feel secure. Turn the palms up here, and then we'll just pause here for a moment. So you want this pose to be a little bit more passive. You're not pressing down through anything. You just want the natural extension of the psoas muscles and the hip flexors happen here. So we're just letting this be a more passive stretch. And you can close your eyes and just let this stretch do its job. Now, if this feels good and you want to try, not mandatory, but if you want to try, you can extend the left leg straight. If you did this and you feel like there's too much compression in your low back, just bend the left knee a little bit more. But the more straight you get that left leg, the deeper the psoas stretch. So go wherever your body is feeling good. If this feels fine and no problems, you can take that a little bit deeper and let that right knee open to the right. And again, check in. Make sure that your back feels okay in any of these poses. Because we're holding them for several minutes, you want to be able to just relax in the pose. And if at any point you try any of these phases of the pose and you feel like, oh, that's a little too much, just back off a little bit. And as you close your eyes, just drop in. Let yourself just feel this moment. You're not forcing anything. In fact, these yin poses, we always say that we're not forcing our body to get into any shape. We are going into the pose to get into the body. And then as you're ready, if you want to try on the other side, you can bend the left knee, put the left foot flat on your mat, extend the right leg straight. And then again, just close your eyes. Notice what's happening on this side. Let that right leg stretch out nice and slowly. I like to take some moment here in this yin practice portion of the class to just be quiet so you can really drop in and feel the pose itself. If you want to try on this side, you can let that left knee go out to the left. But immediately as I did that, I noticed a little bit of a tension building in my back, so I'm bringing my left knee back and up. And then as you're ready, gently begin to pull that right foot flat on your mat. Stay here for just a moment. And then now if you want to try, since we've been here for a little bit, you can open the knees out to the side. So this is going to really stretch out the psoas muscles. The psoas starts in the upper trochanter of your femur bone, the little bony part of the femur, but inside, not the outs, not the external, but the internal. And then it goes through to and attaches to the lower lumbar. So it's a really difficult muscle group to stretch, but these are really effective to allow them to stretch. And one of the reasons that they get tight is from kind of continuous sitting positions. They also get tight from continuous running or bicycling, but also most of us suffer from too much sitting. So that's one of the reasons they get really tight. Now with the help of your hands, you can bring your knees up, pause here for just a moment, and then bring the right knee up and the left knee up. So make sure you feel safe and secure with your block underneath your hips, and then extend the legs up. So this is a really nice supported shoulder stand. You don't have to go anywhere from here. Just let the legs go up towards the sky. And I'm going to just encourage you not to turn your head side to side. So keep the gaze either closed or to your toes on your knees. And we're just going to stay here for another minute or so. This is a really good alternative pose to inversions. Essentially, it's allowing the blood to come back to your heart. So really, anytime our head is below the heart, we can call it an inversion. But if you don't really want to go upside down, if you're on your moon cycle or pregnant or high blood pressure, this is a really good way of doing an inversion without actually going upside down. And then nice and slowly begin to bend the knees. Put the feet flat on your mat. Take a nice deep breath in, lift the hips up, put the block to the side, and then lower the hips down one vertebrae at a time. Your hips are last to come down. And then just windshield wiper your knees side to side. So we've been on our back in that bridge for a while. We just want to nice and easily move. And then as you're ready, roll over to one side, pause there for a moment. Reach the right arm above your head if your knees are over to the left. So opposite arm. And then bring the knees back up to the center. Drop the knees over to the opposite side and let the other arm go up above your head. And then come all the way back to the center. Take that right ankle on top of the left knee. Bring the left knee towards your chest. Interlace the fingers around the hamstring. Little bit of a hip stretch here. If you like to, you can just stay still. If you want to, you can rock a little bit side to side. And sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes when I go to the left, I feel the stretch more in that right hip. So see, wherever you feel more of the tension in the right hip, just pause there. And then come back to the center and just nice and easy, simply switch sides. So left ankle on top of the right knee. Interlace the fingers behind the right hamstring. Either come into stillness here or just kind of rock side to side and see what works best for this side. And then nice and easy, come back to the center, draw the knees to your chest, rock a little bit. Then you can rock and roll up your spine or roll over to one side as you come up to a comfortable seat. So for the next pose, I'm going to encourage you to do what works best for your knee. Extend the right leg out. I'll give you different options. Either the left knee goes out to the left, and that's a really good way to start this. Or if you have a healthy knee and you have no problems, you can take that left heel towards your left hip. So the left heel, the left foot, is going to go on the outside of that left hip. If you go there and you feel a twinge or anything in that left knee, please come back out and just drop the left knee out to the left. And then here we're just going to lean back just a little bit just to check in, make sure that left knee still feels okay. If it feels okay and no problems, you can take it all the way down to your elbows. So go phase by phase, step by step, so you're not freaking out the muscles in any way. If this feels great and you're like, oh, no problem, I can go a little bit deeper, you can come all the way down. And again, if this feels good and no knee problem whatsoever, you can take the arms overhead, grab opposite elbows, and this gives you a deep, deep stretch on that left quadricep muscle, the thigh muscles. The left knee may want to come off the ground. That's okay. Let it do whatever it wants to do. So don't try and force it down to the floor. But it's a really deep stretch for that quadricep. And in fact, the left knee as well. One nice inhale through the nose, just like we did at the beginning of the class. Long exhale out, long. 2 more times. Inhale through the nose and long exhale out. And one last time, make this the longest exhale. Inhale and longest exhale out. Let it all go. And then we're going to come out of this pose exactly the way we went in. So bring your arms down first. Push yourself up on your elbows. And then nice and slowly come all the way to a seat. Wherever you are, sit tall for just a moment. Just check in with your spine. And then lean over to the right side, extend that left leg. If you need to, you can always tap that left knee or massage it. And then we're going to try it on the other side. So bend. So your options again are either right knee out to the right, nice and easy like we're doing, or if you have no knee problems, if you have a healthy knee, take that right knee out. So the right heel comes out to the outside of the right hip. So the entire foot is outside the right hip. And then once we get here, we sit still, we sit tall, just check in. We lean back a little bit on our hands first, see how that right leg feels. And if it feels okay and there's nothing, we go on our elbows and see how it feels here. And remember, we're all asymmetric, so one side is going to be a little bit squeaky than the other side. So make sure you're taking care of yourself. If that feels good, come all the way down on your back and then see if you want to reach the arms overhead. And once you get here, just close your eyes. Let that right quadriceps stretch. If the knee wants to come off the floor, let it come off the floor. Don't force it down. When we're going to do those long, deep breaths, so inhale through the nose, exhale and let it go. 2 more times, nice deep inhalation through the nose, and long exhale out. And again, inhale, and longest exhale. And then as you're ready, slowly come on up. So one step at a time. First, place yourself up on your elbows. Pause for a moment. And then press yourself to your hands. Pause for a moment. And then extend that right leg out and pause. And again, if you need to, you can massage that right knee or tap it. Tapping actually is really nice. Kind of loosens the joints and the muscles and all the connective tissues. And then sit tall. Bring the soles of your feet together, please. Inhale. Now this time you can make it a little bit tighter. Baddha Konasana or butterfly pose. Bring the heels a little bit closer to your groin. You like to interlace the fingers to the outside of the feet. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale and bow forward. As you bow forward here, you can round the back. So let the chin come to your chest. And we're going to hold this for a couple of minutes. So let the head completely drop. If you'd like to, you can close your eyes. And then lift the chest up. Extend the legs out to the sides. It doesn't have to be that wide. You can just, so it doesn't have to be a full-on split. But extend the legs out to the side. This one I really like using my block. I even take 2 blocks and stack them on top of each other like this. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale and bow forward. Your forehead can rest on top of the block. And then as you stay here, you may notice that everything starts opening a little bit more. So maybe you want to come down a little bit more after a minute or so. You can rest your chest on top of the block. Now normally when we do this in an active young pose, I ask you to really contract the quadricep muscle, lengthen the heels, etc., etc., etc. On this one, I'm going to ask you for you to just relax the legs. So you don't have to contract any of the muscles. In fact, just kind of tap the muscles, make sure they're nice and soft, and then just fold forward and then let the legs be as passive as you possibly can get them. And then drop the head down. And notice how these, when you're in the midst of these stretches, that the sensations move, right? So you may initially feel it in the inner thigh or low back, and then eventually it just moves to another body part. Maybe you feel it in the back of the legs or the back of the knees. Maybe eventually you feel it all the way to the Achilles tendon. Just close your eyes 1 minute here. So really lovely, lovely stretch here. If you want to, you can take your other block and put it under your forehead so you can rest your forehead on something. Or if you're really flexible, you can stack your soft fist and rest your forehead on top of your stacked fist. One final minute, so close your eyes. And then as you're ready, gently with the help of your hands, press your torso up. So you notice that when we do those yin poses, it's actually a little difficult to come out of them. So put the blocks to the side, bend the knees. Again, with the help of your hands, bring your knees towards each other, put the feet flat on your mat, and then just lie down on your back one last time. Give your knees a tight squeeze, hug the knees in. And as you hug the knees and give yourself some love for making it here today, you showed up on your mat. What a great gift to be able to give to yourself. Rock it a little bit side to side. And as you're ready, extend the legs out for your final pose, Shavasana. So make yourself really, really comfortable. Sometimes it feels good to take your blocks and put it under your knees, especially since we did a lot of stretches for our low back. And then let the palms be open. Bring your chin slightly towards your chest. Let the back of your neck rest comfortably on the floor. And as you pause here for a moment, we're only here for 1 minute, literally 1 minute of your whole day. So really allow yourself to drop in here. Feel the groundedness behind you. Feel the support of the earth underneath you. Almost as if the ground has been sitting there waiting to cuddle you. So really allow your ground to come up and support you. And then as you close your eyes, notice if there's tension in your forehead, if there's squinting in the corner of your eyes, if there's tension in the jaws. Can you let all that just melt away? Let your breath be completely natural. Feel the energy flowing in your spine. Gently begin to deepen your breath. Wiggle your toes and fingertips. Turn your head side to side. Make sure that the back of your neck feels good. And then as you're ready, gently begin to bring your knees towards your chest. Rock a little bit side to side here. Notice which nostril you're breathing out of a little bit easier. Roll over to that side and pause for a moment. And then with the strength in your top arm, press yourself to a comfortable seat, as just like we did at the beginning of the class. Sit tall for just a moment. Cross your ankles. Take your left hand on your heart, right hand on top of the left hand. And as you bow down to yourself, I bow down to you. Thank you so much for allowing me to guide you through your practice today. Have a beautiful rest of the day. Namaste.